2-0 in the group. Dekamasu 1-1. Bangkok Titans also 1-1. And 0-2 currently is Absolute Legends. And that game is happening right now. I can see the picks and bans just completed, so that game is launching as well. So both these matches being played at the exact same time. Because they're in the group stage, you don't want any fixes, any issues, any sort of strangeness that could happen if you played the games at separate times. Pretty standard stuff. It is the ESL rules, and as it is, Joe, we may see a fight at the start, but it's looking like they're not going to invade.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a flash.
Early flash there. Yeah, I mean, with Aurelia following in there, it's probably wiser to stay safe. But this is typical MYM. Typical MYM invasions early on. We'll see what they go for. This time we do have wards, obviously, with their support, Zyra. And looks like a couple of them will be going back. That's Makler and Limbic across the bottom lane for Meet Your Makers. And the other three may just stay around for this one. There's that red ward over by the Wraith, so they're going to know exactly where Amumu is. Amumu at the moment is probably going to be going to check over by that blue buff. And we'll realize that there's probably no one around. Diana coming in from the side as well. So really interesting start. Looking like we could see another bit of a mirror start with both teams invading.
Yeah, they're going to go Wolves as well. That's ballsy. So they know exactly what's happened. They realize that they're getting invaded, so they just thought, fine, we'll take the entire side of the jungle. And actually, looking like Meet Your Makers are only going to take... Yeah, they are only going to take the blue, whereas it's Dekamasu actually, with only the two of them, are going to take the blue buff and the Greater Wolf. So they're taking the gold advantage. So they're taking a lot more away than Meet Your Makers are actually gaining from this one. Also, they're being harassed. You can see Jax making sure, keeping an eye on them there. Just...
Dragon, where's his next move here? Not sure why he's particularly waiting around at this stage of the game. Obviously wants to get in,
I think he was
get a
waiting
move on
to pass the ward. He knew the ward was there, and whether he was just trying to delay it and maybe try and throw the timers out a little.
Mumu, yeah, going to take his race. Malka actually headed all the way up towards his top side. I guess just going to be going in towards his red buff. So middle lane, Diana versus Orianna. Charu so far had a great game. I mean, he had a few problems. I wouldn't really call it a few problems. I don't think he actually died to that Twisted Fate. It was 5-0. There was more kills coming down in the other lanes. But he didn't really get started till later. But once he did get started, he was his usual self. And I guess that Charu will be able to produce the similar kind of result as that last game. Bottom lane, of course, Corki Sona versus Cogmore Zyra. And this Corki just has to watch out for those roots. I mean, it's going to be bad news for him if he gets rooted in.
Indeed, and just needs to make sure he doesn't get caught out. Can be easily caught, because it's such a slow-moving thing Sona is. As it stands, though, they are just poking back and forward. So let's have a look across the board. The CS is a big difference, actually. Jax versus Aurelia. Aurelia is a long way ahead. Jax is just farming out on the top turret at the moment. You can see it was 5-17 though, so I don't know what really happened there. Obviously something had happened to stretch the big advantage. Across the board, the rest of it is very much even. And with Amumu having that slight advantage, the fact that he did get that big wolf at the start, so he's going to be slightly ahead of the junglers, Makata at the moment. So let's see whether they're going to get involved in this one. And it'd be interesting to see what they build actually, what Makata goes with. We've seen so many boots of mobility so far. Yeah, he comes around, he's like, damn it, wolf is not there. Why is
If only you could see the look on his face when he goes around that corner. It's like, oh.
As it is, Aurelia going back to that top lane, and it is pretty much evening itself out in terms of farm. Big stack there. And maybe going to try and put a little bit of harass on Kubon. Oh, just seeing it. It's down the bottom actually. Makler taking very low. So the poke back and forward, and suddenly I think he bit off a little bit more than you can chew. You can see that, yeah, Makata thought about going for it. We have Amumu at the top lane though. He's going to come around the backside of Kubon. And he has surely gone in. There goes the stun. Oh, they actually didn't chain the stuns that great. They should be able to get the kill. The Ignite is down. Oh, he stuns him on the turret. Very nice escape there. Very well played by Kubon. And honestly, that was all about Jax not following in.
Yeah, if they would have gone together, that was a kill.
He could still go for it here. He could still go for it. He will get stunned on the turret, and they're just saying back off because Orianna's heading up there. That's why they've marked it away. They realized he's missing from the middle. Charu was going up there, but Kubon is safe.
Yeah, great play from Kubone. He was actually the newest into this lineup, if I remember correctly. I think he wasn't actually in that wasn't actually in that lineup that they finished second with in World Cyber Games. I'm pretty sure about that. I'll have to check it a little bit later on. As we are seeing this Maokai coming down into the bottom lane. There's a slow coming out, no root though. And that's what they need in this situation. I mean, all well and good getting in there with Maokai, but that Valkyrie needs to be countered by rooting Corki down.
Yeah, he didn't go for it there. Whether Libic just wasn't switched on, reacting, or ready for that, I'm not too sure, because he took the major golem, so he would have given plenty of forewarning that he was coming around there, which didn't manage to catch it. So no first blood yet. Much slower game. 6 minutes into this game. Hell, we'd already seen Dragon going down, let alone another 6 kills apiece in the game earlier on. So definitely a more controlled, slower-paced game. We've got a Mumu sneaking up in the bushes again in that top lane. Ready and waiting. Kubon's gone aggressive. Counter-Strike's going to land. He's trying to bait him out here. Wants to knock him a little bit lower in the damage. There you go. And now he's just playing possum. Oh, well, that kind of gives it away. It's like, oh, I've just leap-striked into the bush. Oh, kind of give that away. Not quite so sneaky there.
It really is like, was it a ward?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, kind of obvious that one, as Mackle just takes a bit of a hit there from Corki. Again, I mean, if we look at the levels here, 5 and a bit compared to just hitting 5 there for Cogmore. There's a 4 CS difference. Meanwhile, up at the top, they are literally bashing each other's face off. Nice moves from Kubon. He's a very accomplished Aurelia player. Not sure if I made my point about Kubon. I think I just said, yeah, I'd have to check that one later. But my point was that these guys, MYM, despite being very, very young, I mean, if you look at them there on the camera, they all look about 15, apart from, I think, Charo in the middle is a bit older. But they're very experienced in tournament play. They've played all over the world, actually, in some big tournaments. Obviously, WCG was in Busan in Korea last year, where they finished second. So, you know, very, very accomplished players. Not players that I would expect to have nerves on stage, which ITK might have at an event this size.
That's a big lads, though. I won't mess with them, I'll tell you.
Oh, they're big lads, that's for sure.
They're big lads, that's for sure. They are some pretty tall boys, the Mio Makers team. But Kubon, he's one of the players that he did leave, actually, when he returned. Things obviously were sorted out. And it's interesting you do get that teams. Obviously, Anguish was another fine example at Cursey U. And again, the trades in this top lane, back and forth. But Kubon with that ultimate, quite happily to just stand and bang with Jax at the moment. Obviously, this was roles reversed in the last game because Kubon was on Jax in the last match. So which one he prefers, who knows. Doing a fantastic job zigging around, picking up all the last hits, farming out very well. Big difference in the farms as well. 54 to 30, huge difference. So currently Kubon really farming out nicely. And again, Dan sat there on a Mumu, ready and waiting, wants to try and help out, but honestly, I'm not sure Kubon's going to fall for it again.
Yeah, I think what Maxados needs to do right now is leap strike to a Mumu, and then they bandage toss together out of the bush as bros. Obviously, that's not going to happen, and they look like they're going to be headed off. Actually, no, Idan has been waiting for a very, very long time here. And, well, the good thing for him is that Maokai is also pretty far behind in terms of levels. Dan is already up into level 5. Maokai still level 4. Well, I don't think that Kubon's going to fall for this one. He does have his flash up in a matter of, well, there it is. And Dan's going to go home. Or is he? No, he's not. He's finally going to come into this one. And Kubon will actually use his flash. Where are those stuns? There is the ignite down. Dan is going to try. They've not got enough damage to finish that one off. I mean, they need that Mumu stun.
They need,
they need it.
But they didn't chain the stuns very well either. I mean, the counter-strike again didn't quite come at the right time with the bandage toss. Oh, he should not have gone back for that one. What on earth were you doing, Kubon? Just as you were safe, and he baited it in. Well, Sharu was coming up, but it was never that quick. Puts the ward down, has full vision, puts the ball in, catches a glimpse, but honestly, he could just run to the turret here. He's got 15 seconds. He might be able to have enough. Flash comes through. Now he hasn't. Shockwave misses, though. The attack ball didn't quite come down. Dan tries to come up, pops the curse of the sad mummy. Now he has the rest of the team comes in. Diana goes in. Is it going to be enough? The counter-strike goes down towards Sharu. They do catch him. He has to use the aggressive ball. Gets the double kill. Sharu gets away with it. And still, Diana is not able to get in there. And that backfired horribly by Itadakimasu.
Insane stuff there from Charu. And
Botlane also died as well.
Whatever, bot lane, who cares about those guys? It's all happening here at the top, and now Irelia's coming in. They know Diana's there. She's given a position away now, and Irelia's going to dive in onto her. There is the slow coming down. Here is the command protect. There's a flash over the top. And, well, will stay safe, but great read there from Irelia. I guess he thought, should probably check if Diana's still there. Q comes over the top of the wall. Oh, yes, she is still there. So bottom did actually die, and it was 2 kills coming out for Cogmore. Did lose his support there, Libic, but picking up 2 kills to that one of Corki, already giving him an advantage there. Slight CS lead for him as well. The CS in top lane, Kubon 67 to the 46 of Jax Maxados. In the middle, 89 or 90 for Oriana to the 74 of Diana. So overall, strong start from Meet Your Makers.
Yeah, it was actually quite a good fight down that bottom lane as well. It was a case of sort of all catching each other, and then Corki got caught by the passive of Libic, which actually did a heck of a lot of damage, which is why Makler picked up the kill. So Makler with the double kill, you can see 2-0. He has that CS advantage, and that's not good news. Not good news by Itadaki Masu. Cogmore should not be winning the lane in terms of CS, but the fact that he's 2-0 up as well is spelling danger maybe for late game, because Cogmore, once he gets late game, he can be an absolute monster. And obviously that double kill they've just given to Charu in that top lane as well. You know, after having such a great kill, effectively that given to them because a slight mistake by Kubon, or was it a mistake? Did he bait that in?
Yeah,
Did he bait it in with his own death?
I think he was a bait, but I don't think he intended it to quite go how it did in the end. Oh, there we go. Crescendo coming down. Libic going to be in trouble. There's a phosphorus bomb, and there is a Mumu as well right in there. Makler's going to pick up. Actually, no, Zyra Scumbag steals it away. And Makler is now going to try and escape with this one. Sona and a Mumu chasing. Not exactly the best pair for chasing. And he's not finished here, Makler. He's going to go out. Look at his mana, though. Really doesn't have that much left to be really pushing that case, and will back away. So again, Corki goes down. He brings his kills, though, back to 2-2-0. Now Charo just taking a big hit. And that's the thing with Diana. She's very strong. The couple of Doran's rings in there make a big difference.
Indeed, and the blasting one as well. So 100 CS to 111. Oriana, though, still with those 2 kills. The Athenes and Holy Grasp.
Unholy Grasp?
Unholy Grasp.
Deathfire Grail.
Okay. Mixing my words up. I'm getting a little bit punch drunk. It's what is it? It's only about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but I'm definitely feeling the effects of tiredness and jet lag. I think I can give it to that one. But the players often use that excuse, so I'm going to stick to it as well.
It's a solid one.
It's a solid excuse that seems to work out for them. 5-3 currently, Meet Your Makers with the lead. And honestly, it's been a much slower paced game. It has been 8 kills, slowly but surely coming through. And in terms of gold, it is just that 1k gold difference you would expect to see with Meet Your Makers with those extra 2 kills. So pressure on the bottom lane here. But as we mentioned, Cogmore with the better farm, catching on very nicely there actually on towards Corki, making the tower do some damage as well. We are seeing Jax making his way up, putting that forward in the tri-bush, and heads back to Kubon. Kubon really is winning out this lane though in a massive style. We do see the Phage and Ninja Tabby though, which means Jax should be stronger right now in this exchange, because simply put, Kubon has to go back and buy it, and he'll just be quite happy to keep up pressure on. But until he goes back and buy, Jax is actually going to be a little bit stronger in this now, though. We do see the jungler coming back up there. Makata doesn't want a piece of it though, because Diana followed him up.
Yeah, they pinging like mad there to try and follow down on towards Maokai, and he's going to be taking away this ward. Needs to be a little bit careful about how far he pushes out there and stick to ward down of his own. So, not Maokai. Mumu actually was in there waiting as well, but with all that going on, they decided, well, let's go to Dragon. It's just reset itself a bit unfortunate, but it shouldn't change too much unless they get a cheeky steal out. No, they don't. Oh. And yeah, a bit of damage put down at top. But nice little pick up there for Meet Your Makers, and doing exactly, well, what you should do when the mid lane goes north, when you know the jungle's up there. Jax is obviously at the top. Dragon.
Take the advantage, yeah, as they get up. And D-Dan actually doing a good job with his Oracle, clearing out all the wards at the moment. We are seeing those boots of mobility again. Now, this is what we had earlier on from Zyra. Zyra with the boots of mobility. So Libic going very aggressive with Zyra, just like he did in game 1, along with Makat. And that's, you know, following the Korean style, I guess that was. You know, the Korean junglers have kind of proven that all you really need in the jungle is boots of mobility. Just initiate that fight, and the rest of the lane will do the rest for you. You don't need to come in and do the damage, as long as the rest of the team are switched on to react to it.
And speaking of that, Amumu is actually here in the side of the river. The question is, can he land the bandage toss? Yes, he will, but
No.
Charu with command, well, landed it onto the minion at least to get in there, but Charu easily walking away. So, a pretty quiet game, and I don't think we really touched on this point at all, that this group, Group B, is still wide open. Meet Your Makers are the only ones that are really safe, as Cryonic there is going to take a lot of damage, but he's got a Mumu in for good. There is the ultimate coming out of a Mumu. Have they got the damage? Oh, great
nice
move from Cryonics. Flashes out, comes back in to secure the kill. Really nice work there, and that will bring us back to 5-4. But my point about this group, Meet Your Makers currently sat 2-0 in the group. Every other team still has a chance to go through, but it depends on results. If Meet Your Makers win, and
you need Bangkok Titans to lose.
Bangkok Titans lose, and
Dekimasu need to beat Meet Your Makers.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that one's going to work out though in their favor. So as it is, you can see the poke going forward. The Zyra ultimate is not going to be enough, and Sona does get away. Flash was burned though, so they're just going to continue on, drive forward. And honestly, the farm is still slowly but surely ebbing away to Meet Your Makers. You can see Makler just on Jurassic Cogmore farming away. Honestly, he should have gone. He should have gone Chinese Cogmore, because that
because we all love the woo. Or if you do get out of there, they are going to go in towards Valkyrie. There's the root coming down, and look at Danmin absolutely destroyed. Oracle is down, and Mumu following, and now it could be Sona to fall as well. Double kill for Cogmore, 4-0-1. And if there's something that you don't want to do, it's feed the Cogmore. Here comes Oriana. Can she get in there for the ultimate? No, not quite. Actually, does have the mana, but they decided not to push that one any further. Happy with what they've got and back away. But I just thought, Demon, we were talking about MYM already through and then the teams below them being tied. It could also be if MYM lose and Bangkok...
Caught out there, and that's going to be one picked up by Cryonics. Can he get the second on towards Makler? No, Makler has to flash away. Avoids the great big plant in the way, the passive, and backs off there. Good pickup there from really nothing. Shouldn't have been able to get that kill. But Cryonics...
Can I get my point out now?
Yeah, go for it.
I keep trying, but they're just like...
They keep fighting.
Don't let Joe tell
This
the
is Meet
story.
Your Makers for you.
So if MYM lose here, and Bangkok Titans win, doesn't that mean Bangkok Titans are 2-1, MYM are 2-1, and ITK are 2-1? So we could have a tie at the top, and MYM, if they lose this, could go out, the same as Elo Hell did yesterday.
ITK are 0-2 in it? I'm not sure. Oh, Makata's going to get caught out here. Pops his ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. And finally, D-Dan does catch him out. Cryonics is on a bit of a tilt here. He's starting to pick up the kills. 3 for 0. Abyssal Scepter seems to be doing some work here. And he's picking up the kills. And he could claw this one out. I did say at the start, I like it's Dekimasu's team. I like their team comp. It's good. The Amumu, the Jax, the Corki. You've got a good comp there. And Diana to dive in and do it all for you. Along with that crescendo, they have the champions capable of it. But Meet Your Makers also have some very good champions. And that Corki down the bottom, that's a problem. He's got Phantom Dancer now and a BF sword. That is a big issue.
CS is a real problem as well. Look at it. Almost 50 in the top lane, 30 in the jungle, 30 in the middle lane, 10 in the bottom lane, plus the kills.
4-0-1,
plus the kills. Yeah, it's a solid position for Meet Your Makers, but you should never say never. What would be really awesome is if, for example, Jason Kaplan in the analyst desk would write down how the groups stand right now with their win-loss ratio, so we could take a look at that one. I actually didn't have time for that before we really kicked off this one again. But anyway, let's get back into the game. As we did see Oriana there just putting a bit of damage down onto this middle turret. Still no turrets in this game gone down, and I think that's the reason why, because this group stage is so close and really anything could really happen. As we are seeing here, Jack's being baited in there, and Makata getting just after Counter-Strike finished, and surely they're going to dive in. There's a leap strike away, and that's the beauty of the Jacks.
He needed that minion wave, though. If that line were not there, but then again, Cryonics was also in a position, if they'd have gone much deeper, Cryonics would have certainly been able to back that one up, get in. Meanwhile, down the bottom lane, you can also see Amumu trying to position himself. He wants to catch on to him. The ping comes down yet. They have, it's their own ward, actually, their own ping ward. Ping ward's been used against Meet Your Makers. It's something they are so often doing. That is the top turret going down, by the way, to minions. That's Kubon just completely winning out that lane. You know, it's a skill matchup lane, a Jax versus Aurelia, but Kubon definitely won that one out. Did have a little bit of help, of course, from Diana, and went 0-1-0 in the lane, but Triforce now complete will have a lot more damage, and suddenly is going to start roaming.
Yeah, look there, you see it, Triforce, Phage.
Yeah.
How much money has he got? He's only got 400 gold on him, so...
He's got the Ninja Tabby first, so he went for tier 2 boots instead of the...
I think he needed them as well. I mean, he was taking a lot of damage early on. So we'll go a little bit through the group in a little while.
So it would be 2-1-2-1, and if Bangkok won 2-1, yeah, indeed.
Yeah. So we could have a tie there. Here we go in the middle, actually. Oriana ultimate coming down. There is the damage. Actually, they're coming back in. Bandage toss missed by Mumu. The ultimate misses as well. And Charu is probably wiping the sweat from his brow there.
That's an easy dragon because they just used so many ultimates to try and catch one player out, and they just lost that dragon. Easy done. And the gold advantage now, 5k in the lead for Meet Your Makers, and Kubon on the hunt there, wanting to try and pick up a tiny little sad mummy.
So the fact is right now, if MYM loses and Bangkok Titans win, there's a three-way tie at the top of the group with three teams on 2-for-1. If Absolute Legends and IKT win, ITK, sorry, then we have a three-way tie in second position with the bottom three teams. So either way, or not either way, but it's looking like we could end up once again seeing a bit of a hairy situation.
1-1. If AL, we could have a three-way tie for second place and all in the 1-2s if they lose. So whichever way this turns out, there could well be some ties. So we're going to have to keep the admins on their toes.
I think
keep the timers on as well, because we've had some long games today.
Yeah.
So they would be interesting to say the least, to see how they work out in terms of times, because there was at least a 50-minute game, the Bangkok Titans versus Itakamasu. So that's not a good example to use. So certainly if they have to use it, so and whether it's the two games that win or all the games that added up, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, the three teams that are tied, you only take the games between those three. So the guys that are out or already through in first.
So this game would be irrelevant if they lost this game. Okay, so that's not too bad. I was going to say, so they're going to lose it, they want to lose it quick.
No, they want to lose it slowly.
Yeah, yeah, because they want to be in it longest. Yeah, of course. They want the longest time. No, they want the shortest time.
No, they want to lose slow and win fast.
Yes.
It's confusing stuff. We're just commentators. We don't do maths.
Jesus, it's a good job I don't have to do the rules. That's for sure. So as it is, though, Meet Your Makers starting to group up, starting to get stronger, and you can see that the fact is that now Aurelia's at 200 CS, 68 CS ahead of his lane rival Jax. That is a huge, huge deficit. And now they're starting to just roam around. Oh, that's not an exchange they wanted to go for there. That was a bad exchange, and that's going to be a sad mummy going down. And honestly, Diana, is he strong enough? Jax now joins it. Now they might be strong enough, but immediately Diana is backing away because the rest of Meet Your Makers were all coming there. There's the Oriana ball to speed them up. He wants to try and engage it, tries to go in, gets the stun down, dodges the counter-strike. There's the twisted advance, but going very deep to the turret. And immediately Diana turns around with a Crescent Strike, but does not have the damage. And Meet Your Makers now stacked up. They've got Zyra to the side. They've caught out a route there. There's going to be the shockwave. Oh, it wasn't enough, but they get the pop in. And that's Aurelia going too deep. Cryonics picks up the kill, the revenge kill. But immediately you can see that Makla's there doing the damage. And now he flashes for the kill on towards Mexodos. It's not enough. And Corki actually took down Makata. So that was an Oracle burn, I believe. But they are going to pick up the turret. And it's 5-0-1 on Corki, on Cogmore, sorry. Cogmore is the danger now.
Yeah, a massive danger. Phantom Dancer done. He's pretty much on his way to finishing that Infinity Edge as well. He needs to get shut down. And that's the problem with the Cogmore. How do you shut him down when he's got good protection? It's really hard because of that range that he has. He is not an easy one to latch onto. And also the fact that Aurelia is so strong. She causes all kinds of problems when it comes to control because she's dashing around in their lane, the stun or the slow or whatever. Yeah, there is the Infinity Edge. 25 minutes in, Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, 5-0-1.
Danger. High voltage is definitely on the cards here. Cogmore is going to cause some problems. Trinity Force was completed by Corki though, so with a little bit of damage himself, but that is no match for a Cogmore with an Infinity Edge Phantom Dancer set up, and the fact that he's got a protection comp in front of him because he's got Makata with that twisted advance. You've got Aurelia getting in, dashing round, stunning. You've got Zyra throwing down grasping roots, just keeping them all at bay, and that farm continues to go. And honestly, you can't blame Corky. Wow, he's going full on aggressive there, trying to get the Valkyrie across him.
Went a bit weird.
Makler just strolled away like nothing was really worrying him.
Yeah, I think that Corky Valkyrie meant to go more this direction rather than just off to the side. So I think that threw him off a little bit and decided not to chase in. Actually, 4 men coming down now for MYM, so looking like they want to take turret number 4 of this game. And Corky, if he's wise, will back completely off from this one. Maokai actually coming around the side, gets a speed boost there, but it's all about pushing this one through. Diana and Sona have both grouped up as well on this inner turret, but Jax is top, Mumu's in the middle, and they should know this one, and they're going to be trying to take as much damage away, as much health away as they can from this turret in the meantime.
The minions are going down very quickly there. Again, this is what the problem they had before. The Corky can clear that creep wave out very fast, and Mumu was just lingering off the side there. If he can catch them in a good Curse of the Sad Mommy, do the damage, it needs to be, though, followed straight up by Cryonics, because he really is the only one with the big damage at the moment. Corky could get the armor shred on, don't get me wrong, but it's Cryonics that has the ability to pop someone. And Cogmore, yes, he is very strong, but if he gets caught, he can get killed very quickly.
Yeah, and it's up to MYM to stop that happening, but look at that. Guardian Angel picked up by Kubon. Ooh, Charu going very, very low. There's the Orion Ultimate, it's good. Cryonics going low, a Mumu Ultimate comes down. Cryonics, though, is going to die, and Aurelia is right in the middle of them. Look at that, that is the danger of this Aurelia. There's Aurelia's Reverie popped, and a twisted advance right into the back. Knocks him back out as well. Makata will try and escape, does fall down, but that will be a 5-for-1. A brilliant trade again from MYM. And I actually thought they'd got a little bit caught out there with Charu, the amount of damage that it took, but in the end turned out to be the perfect bait for MYM, and his ultimate was so good.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, and now Makler's just going to tear through these turrets. 6-0 for Makler. He's got everything you need, every recipe involved to just burn through the turret, burn through the inhibitor. Are they going to try and finish it? Yeah, Makler wants to, but the rest of the team is like, no, they are respawning. Let's just back out. It's good enough. They've got an open inhibitor, and you can see Kubon dashing towards that top. He wants to try and farm it out, but instead he's going to lose that battle.
He's going to pick himself up Merchants. That's the first point now that he's got himself those tier 2 boots.
He got the Guardian Angels before his Merc Treads.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It takes him he just completed them now. Picking up elixirs, got himself 5 wards as well. That's just how far ahead he is of Jax now, who has finally finished that Trinity Force. In terms of the APs, we have Diana with the Abyssal Scepter, needless large rod, chain vest, so moving up towards that Zonya's Hourglass. For Oriana, Void Staff, Rabadons, and almost finished that Athene's Unholy Grail. Actually built the Fiendish Conex plus the Chalice, but decided to go down the other routes, as we do see MYM taking another dragon.
So, yeah, another dragon picked up, another gold advantage stretched, and now it is 13,000 gold difference. Meteor Makers looking like they are going to be the only team to go 3-0 in this group, and they'll be facing off if they get first place. I'm trying to test my memory now who actually got second place after the dilemma of yesterday, because Elo Hell went out. Was it the Kuala Lumpur Hunters that were second, or were they first? I think they were second. Yeah, Absolute Legends were first, Kuala Lumpur Hunters were second, so it'd be Kuala Lumpur Hunters that would face Meteor Makers if they were to win this game, which is looking likely right now.
Yeah, very likely. It's 13,000 gold. Cogmore is fed. Quicksilver Sash now being bought as well. There's a Zeke's Herald in the team, which just makes it perfect for him, and much attack speed as you can throw his way is for the IKT They have to check it. I mean, it's game over. It could be game over as it is now, but if they were to lose Baron, then they're certainly not getting back from that one. And Stan is in the middle of the team. They're going to have to go for it. There is the Amumu ultimate. There is the Oriana ultimate. And look at the damage. Irelia is right in the middle of them. And Corki will Valkyrie away. Flashes back into the river. Well, good stuff. You can probably escape for now, but they are going to track you down.
Yeah, Irelia is definitely not going to let him get away from this one. And immediately, Makla's gone back. There's the ace. Makla goes back, picks up on towards the Baron, and Makla will just tear through that one. He's actually quite happy to tank it. He's only got the single Vampiric Scepter on there, but it's enough. It's enough. The lifesteal's there. And they have a humongous advantage right now. It is getting close to 20,000 gold. 17,000 advantage. It's pretty big. It's pretty one-sided, and Meteor Makers are looking so strong in this tournament. The hot favourites coming into this, and they are proving why.
Yeah, incredible play from Meteor Makers. A bit of pressure on them, obviously they want to. Ooh, as Makata going in here, they're going to try and take down Sona. And by try, I mean really do very easily. And now the first inhibitor is going to fall, I'm guessing.
They're getting so much sustain off that Baron that the fact they haven't had to go back. Yeah. So the only person they're missing is Zyra, and Makla's just that fed right now. 808, Shockwave hits! And you can see Valkyrie just trying to get away there. However, he's not enough. The rest of his team are going down. You can see Jax trying to put as much damage in that background, but Cogmore is just shredding them, and Irelia is picking up the pieces. It's a triple kill. It's an ace. It's Meteor Makers, 3-0, top in the group. And Itadaki Masu now have to sit and wait. I can see the Bangkok Titans packing up, so hopefully someone will be able to get us that result. We'll be able to find out as we pass back to the analysis desk in a moment, and we'll see exactly what the score was. But that looked like it